there. Welcome back to Liz and Sandro's Marketing Podcast. We talk about social media, websites, SEO, and so much more, all to help your small business grow on the internet. Today, we're going to be talking about an intriguing new development with Google, this concept of zero results when you search.
Correct. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, we had an episode called The Rise of the No-Click Search. That is, we discussed data showing more and more people are turning to Google, but less people are actually clicking on any of the websites listed and linked to. So if people are searching for the Big Kahuna Burger menu or Midas Auto Repair Hours, you're getting those answers on Google results. Instead of actually clicking through to the Big Kahuna Burger website or Midas's website, you're getting all your answers right there at Google. So that's the rise of no-click searches. Well, now there's the no result searches.
And when we first started talking about this, I was so confused for a moment. Sandro's like, no, this is a new thing. Zero results.
New thing, zero results. Well, 2 weeks ago, the search world and marketing world were shook. Is that a real word? We're taken aback when Google debuted the no result searches. These are searches that display zero organic link results. So an example would be if you're searching for the time in London, you would search time in London, and it would, instead of giving you websites where you can see that or understand why the time is what it is in London compared to your time, let's say you're not in London, it would just show you the time in London with zero links or zero ways to figure out why or how they came to that conclusion.
So essentially a blank page just with the current time in London. Now there is a link, a little button that says see all results, so you can click and see them, but they're not actually on the page. Correct.
Or if you're looking for a conversion from meters to feet or miles, it'll just give you the answer without linking you to the Science Foundation's website for more results, or how they came up with these results, or why is a meter the length of a meter. It just gives you the answers and
that's it.
That's it. Problems arose pretty quickly. The SEO community found some problems. Some of them are...
So the first one we were reading about, Time Magazine. Let's pretend you just you type in time, and Google's going to show you the time. So again, 11:15, 11:30 here in Cleveland, as opposed to a whole page with everything potentially related to the word time.
And then some SEOs started noticing, hey, well, why would they do this? Maybe it's for speed. So reasons Google may want to do this is speed up the answer, get the server time down dramatically. And people started wondering, well, they're not showing any ads on these zero result searches. But then somebody found an ad. If you search date in London, they show
Thinking you're going to find a dating site in London.
Yes. All they show you are 2 ads for dating sites in London, and then just what day the actual date is in London. So without any other organic result. So people were pretty outraged by all this.
And I don't blame them. I mean, think about how much time, effort, energy, money has gone into building good organic SEO value, and then suddenly, you're gone. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, or if you're the National Science Foundation or something, and you have a great page on why a meter is the length that it is, it's time light travels in 1/10 of a second, I think it is, or the distance, so all those things you don't need to know, or you may not learn about anymore because Google just isn't showing any of that. It's just giving you the answer. So let me just say, as a consumer, I see why Google is doing this. This is a consumer-friendly result. I just want the answers. I want to know how much a Rolex costs.
You're going to keep bringing that up, aren't you?
Keep bringing up the Rolex because I want a Rolex. You got me thinking about that.
And I'm really, I'm trying to live a more minimalist life. I'm not trying to fill my house with crap, so I'm resisting. And again, I'm not really buying a Rolex. They're ridiculously expensive.
Teasing you. But it seems to me this is a consumer-friendly result. I see why Google is doing it. I like this a lot, but I also understand why SEOs have a big problem with it. I believe this is something we should have expected or all seen coming, and I believe someone else tweeted that already. Something we should have all seen coming, those little result snippets at the top of top of many results pages. Like what is
the answer boxes.
The answer boxes, yeah.
So, yeah, and if you have already achieved placement in a Google answer box, does that put you in a good position? Well, no, not really, because if we look at these examples, there's no link. It's just date and time in London. So it's not actually linking. So being in a Google answer box really has...
We don't know.
Yeah. It's been good up until now, but with this new change they're testing, it may not be beneficial at all.
Correct. And as of last Tuesday, March 20th, the first day of spring, Google pulled this experiment. And Danny Sullivan, who used to be an SEO and a journalist, he now works for Google as a front face of Google. He tweeted out, "We have enough data and feedback to conclude that the condensed view experiment should stop for now. The team will look at improving when and how it appears." That's his quote. So that tells me that it's going to be coming back.
They just need to work out some internal bugs or whatnot.
Right, like fix the time in London or date in London or time. And figure out why it doesn't work out well. But I believe I'm pretty sure it's coming back. And as a consumer, I think that's great. SEOs are freaking out. I'm sure Google will get this right. But so let's talk about quickly, what does it mean for you as a business?
It's going to have some pretty big consequences long term. One of the articles that Sandro and I read suggested, don't name your brand anything to do with a math equation or a conversion, because you're going to have some trouble ranking in Google if all Google displays is the equation and the results. And this is interesting to me because we have done some branding projects. They're a lot of fun because we get to flex those creative muscles, but they present some challenges now for a couple reasons, especially when clients come to me and they say, we don't want a made-up word, or we only want a made-up word. We only want a .com email address or a .com URL, and it's like, we're in the 20th year of .coms. There aren't that many available. If you add to this list, you can't do anything creative or sound like a math equation. That's just one more thing that we're going to have to work around from a branding perspective. So it's going to present more challenges. And Sandro and I, we still have to chat about our whole rebranding experience. We had some struggles going through that process. So I know how difficult it can be. So that's going to definitely have some long-term consequences, I think, for new businesses that are branding.
Or even existing businesses. I saw one example. There's a restaurant in London called 3x5. So somebody typed in 3 times 5, and suddenly the only thing you see on the screen in Google
15.
is 15 or a calculator. You're not seeing the restaurant or the hours.
Yeah.
So if you want to name your business some numerical thing,
it's going to be a challenge.
Yes. Yeah. If this is the way we're going. So we wanted you to be aware. If you're a new SEO, this is just a new challenge for all of you. If you're an old SEO, this is a challenge for all SEOs. Google's making it exciting, obviously.
They keep us on our toes.
But we wanted you to be aware that if your business starts with a number or a numerical or a conversion or a unit of measurement, then you may be in for some bad times ahead with Google searches. It probably won't affect very many of you, but just know that it's happening. We wanted you to be aware, and we'll link to some of these articles and some of the tweets that we mentioned too in the show notes.
Yeah, and we'll continue to chat about it as things continue to develop and Google pushes this out. So awesome. I'm glad we dove into this topic today because it's an interesting one. And thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We have a new website we just launched. When you're listening to this, it will be last week. So we are themarketingpodcast.net. Be sure to check us out. We are also on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Send us an email with your questions. We'd love to hear from you and give you a shout out on the show. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.